Okay. So basically, I'll be covering the Security Operations Center today. So I'm Pankaj Sadeva, as Madam has introduced me. I'm working in NCCC project. So NCCC project of Certain is basically a SOC setup done by a Certain. So it is a SOC of SOC actually. So I'll be covering what is basically a SOC today. So agenda for today's discussion is we'll be discussing the purpose of SOC, how many types of SOC are there, the building blocks of a SOC, including the people, process, and technology, and we'll discuss the national state SOC setup in India. So, Security Operations Center is a centralized unit that deals with all the security related incident at an organization level. So basically, all the security devices in an organization, so they generate logs, so they generate events. So a central place to coordinate and analyze, monitor all those security devices. It is done in a security operations center. So, Security Operations Center consolidates all the functions of an incident lifecycle. Suppose there is a breach in a organization, or there is some security incident that some data is exfiltrated, or some data is lost, or some breach has occurred. So all of these are incidents, security incidents. So the security incident life cycle, it is covered in the SOC. So it includes the incident monitoring, detection, responding, coordination, and management of the secure organization security products. So all the security products like the IDS, IPS, firewall, all of these are managed under a SOC. So other network devices, end user devices, so computer, other network defense tools. So all these operations are done in a SOC. So this is a basically SOC looks like. So it is usually a 24/7 kind of a setup. So analysts work around the clock. So they are always searching for some incident, some breaches, or some uh, a different changes in some patterns in data in the traffic in logs. So whenever there is a alerts like this, so this is taken by SOC. Just a second. Yeah. So a SOC is also called as a security defense center, a threat defense center, security analytics center. So these are all the nomenclature that is used for a SOC. Okay. So discussing about the devices that are there in a SOC. So the mail servers, the next-gen firewalls, the databases, the IPS, proxy servers, VPN, all of the security devices. So they are basically, controlled in a SOC environment, so that efficient coordination between the security devices is handled in a better way. So a SOC monitors these devices, assesses and defends the organization from attacks. So basically, SOC monitors so that there is no breach, and it has the responsibility of defending the organization. So the heart of a SOC is a SIM tool. SIM is basically security information and events management tool. So we will discuss this later. So SOC generates some alerts, some reports, and some advisories. So let's come on to the purpose of a SOC. So just as I told you that we have to detect any breach or any security incident. So SOC is made for increasing the detection abilities. So according to Mandian report, the median dwell time of 56 days. So this basically tells us that if an incident has occurred, a breach has occurred, so it takes a time of 56 days to identify that a breach has occurred. Now this is a FireEye report of this year. The trend that is telling us this. So this was in 2011. It was 416 days. So we have come a lot of way forward. It was last year. It was 78 days. So this shows us that about 2 months, if a breach has occurred in an organization, it is undetected. So you can understand how important a SOC is. If we need to, if a breach has occurred, we should know it immediately. But the historical analysis shows that the median dwell time is about 2 months. Okay, the second purpose includes the increasing the response capability. Naresh, can you mute yourself? Yeah. So increasing the response capability. So we have to, increase the level of security within an organization so that no adversary occurs. Okay. So reduce service disruption from security devices. Suppose there is a attack on an organization. Suppose a DDoS attack is there and the website goes unavailable. So it is the responsibility of SOC to respond to these kind of attacks and reduce, the downtime. So this is also one of the purpose the SOC is made. Then reducing the impact from the security compromise. Suppose there is a breach that has occurred. Now, Ponemon Institute and IBM in a report suggests that about $3.86 million is an estimated cost of a data breach. So the cost is huge. We generally don't, we feel very difficult to, estimate this kind of a value. But world over, if a data breach occurs, you must be hearing about the news of the pharma companies, getting breached, the vaccine, which is $1 billion thing. So that information getting, compromised. So that is not confirmed as of now, but yeah, attempts have been made because, vaccine. That is why we are having a virtual mode. So this thing. So other purposes of SOC include the enhancing the correlation potential. Now correlation basically involves that suppose there is a IP which is continuously scanning an organization. Okay, so we know that thing that this IP it is trying to penetrate into our system. But in some other devices, this IP is already talking to some of the servers. Now, if we identify that this IP which has been scanning us is also detected at some other device. Now, this correlation needs to be done by the SOC. Okay, so basically correlating information from all the security devices into a generating a actionable output so that organization can be saved from a security attack. So also the coordination of center security management so that all the stakeholders are at one place. So SOC is responsible for that. So this is basically some of the purpose.